Hey guys, so yes, the last Saturday of October, the 29th, 2 days before Halloween, and I'm here to do a bit of a channel update. And as the title probably says, more than ever, I need you guys to support me at my other places of monetization, because at least for the next month or so, I am no longer being able to monetize here on my YouTube channel. The reason being is because apparently I violated a rule, and that rule was using content that had already been seen on multiple channels across YouTube. My assumption is it has to be the brawl. It has to be the brawl, that guy with the glasses anniversary brawl, the first anniversary crossover that he did, the one with James Rolfe. So even though I'd converted it to 4K and it finally was in 4K, I decided to take it down. Now, I didn't appeal or anything, because, I'm not the kind of person that wants to risk, his channel any further. I understand an appeal may go in your favor and everything, and that's fine, even explaining to the point that, hey, I converted it to 4K, so even though it's the same thing, it's actually just, upgraded a format. It's still not gonna, I guess, from what I can tell, in my opinion, that's still not gonna hold water, if you will. It's still not gonna hold any water. So, unfortunately, until I'm assuming, because I already took down, like I said, I took down the brawl. I took down a clip from Bennett Sage's video that he did years ago on Blimp, which you can find at archive.org, where he talked about, his take on the Sledgehammer video by Peter Gabriel. And I might even take Peter's down as well, once the video is there. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it just might. It just might, because those are, even though there's two of them, I think two or three, or mostly two of them, I should say, I'm probably going to take both of them down just in case. Even though I don't make money off them, I'm probably going to take them down just for the fact that they are seen on multiple channels. That's just me. So I'm not going to take any risks, going forward. So there are other, stuff I have on my channel that other people have too. So those might be, going by the wayside for the time being, in the foreseeable future, within the next month or so. Now, they gave me the opportunity, or they're going to give me the opportunity to reapply on the 27th of November, basically Thanksgiving weekend, Thanksgiving Sunday, that is. So hopefully by Christmas or the start of December, I should be up and running again. If not, I'll just have to wait another month and do it again towards the end of the year. So basically between the end of November and the end of the year, or let's just say the end of the year period, I should be up and running again with my monetization. But until then, more than ever, I do need your support at Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2, at Cash App at BWRoses98, because I instantly do get the money that way, right into my bank account. It might take a day or so, but I still automatically get it right in my bank account. So if you guys can help me with that, it'd be greatly appreciated, at least for the next month, whatever you guys can do. Also, the other way you can support me from a monetization standpoint is my Teespring store. I know I haven't added some new items just yet, but I will eventually. But there is stuff there that, with the holiday season, the Christmas season around the corner, I think you guys will truly enjoy getting your hands on as gifts, maybe for yourselves or gifts for your friends and family. So if you can support me at the Teespring store, you can, and purchase some merchandise there that you can't get anywhere else, it'd be greatly appreciated. No doubt about that. Also, if you can support me over at Patreon with a $1 or $3 tier, it'd be greatly appreciated there. The $3 tier, I got to get back up to doing this. But the $3 tier is usually reserved for content that is exclusive for the time to Patreon and other outlets. In other words, it'll be an unlisted video here on YouTube that you can only find at Patreon and probably some other outlets. So if you can help me out there as well with the $1 or $3 tier, it'd be greatly appreciated. The $1 tier gets you a shout out, of course, and it's not much out of your pocket. Again, like I said, the $3 one gets you some exclusive content. So if you guys can do that, it'd be greatly appreciated. And there is potentially a $5 tier, in the works, and that might be for Q&As. If you want me to do a Q&A $5 tier, just let me know, and I'll set it up, and then you can support me with the $5 tier, and I'll do some Q&As exclusive for Patreon. And really, that's about it. I mean, the other thing you support me at is BW Rose Discussions in all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. And speaking of which, this to me is by the grace of God here, because as soon as this door temporarily got shut, not completely, but just temporarily for at least a month, all of a sudden I go to check my anchor.fm, my BW Rose Discussions homepage, and I see that the monetization there has increased. Now, at first, because I had cashed out after like after 10 or so something bucks, because I needed some money to kind of cover some things and all that, even though it was $10. I started to kind of build it back up, right? And then all of a sudden today, just out of curiosity, I wanted to see exactly how far it went, because one of the things I've done in the past with it is I've kind of left it alone to see how it grows without maybe some new additional content, which I'm going to be doing real soon. And surprise, surprise, it suddenly just had like a burst of an increase. And I'm like, what is this? And I see that under my Anchor sponsorship, the ads, if you will, that you add on there when you upload a podcast, I noticed that along with the podcast post, along with the thing that says Anchor ad, underneath it said Anchor Ambassador. And apparently what that means, and I looked this up, it's kind of very similar to YouTube and other outlets. You have to reach a certain goal, a certain number, if you will, a certain goal in that number. And by doing so, you unlock the opportunity to do more. Like with YouTube, when you reach about 1,000 subscribers, certain amount of views, and and everything like that, you get to have the opportunity to monetize your video, to make some money off of. Anchor here has something similar to where you have to reach, like I said, a certain amount of people or listeners in their case, and by doing so you'll unlock Anchor Ambassador, which makes it a lot easier to gain financial support in that area. And suddenly, like I said, I checked today out of curiosity, and it jumped from what it was, which was like 10 cents, because again I had cashed out previously because I needed the money. It jumped up for essentially 10 cents to almost $33, because now I have the Anchor and Anchor Ambassador to work off of. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool and neat to see. I don't know how long the ambassador thing's going to last. I'm assuming it's permanent because I reached a certain number of listeners. So it's kind of cool to see. And I'm assuming I'm also close to 400 podcasts, which basically is just 100 more away from 500. So that's kind of helping out in the long run too. So if you guys can continue to support me over there by listening to the audio versions of some of the videos I have here on my channel, that would be greatly appreciated, because that's going to help out, with my finances and everything in the long term as well. So again, for the time being, at least for the next month or so, for the rest of towards the end of the year, I do need your support outside of YouTube because, again, at least for a month or up to the end of the year, I'm not going to be able to monetize off my channel. So I do need financial support in those other areas. Again, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2, Cash App at BW Roses 98. Instant ways to help me out financially, whatever you guys can do. Supporting me and checking me out at my Teespring store. You go there, you can find merchandise you can't get anywhere else, especially in time for the Christmas season. If you can help support me there, that'd be greatly appreciated too. Also, patreon.com, the $1 and $3 tiers. Again, the $1 tier will get you a shout out for your support. The $3 tier will get you a shout out for your support, and you'll be able to get access to videos that nobody else will be able to see until later on because they will be unlisted here on YouTube. You'll be able to see them on, through your membership on Patreon. And then, of course, there's the possibility that I am working to put a $5 tier together for a Q&A. So if you guys want me to do that, I will do it. And if you support me with the $5 tier, I'll be able to answer any questions that you might throw my way as best I can. And then, of course, just like I mentioned right here, the BW Roses Discussions podcast on all the available audio podcast outlets except for Pandora. And by supporting me in that area, you will be helping me financially grow it even more now, since I have, I guess you could say, unlocked the Anchor Ambassador tier, going forward, or at least for the time being. But yeah, guys, more than ever, I do need your help because, again, YouTube decided to suspend my monetization for the time being, all because I think I reused the Channel Awesome Team Anniversary Brawl video, even though I 4K'd it. So, yeah, and even though it was ineligible too, so, I don't know what that was about, but, it is going to give me time over the next month to look through the library and basically be like, okay, this has got to go, this has got to go, this has got to go, just so I can, make sure nothing is holding me back from reapplying and getting some money coming back my way, via my YouTube channel. But again, guys, that's all I'm going to say. Once more, to help support me, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2, Cash App at BW Roses 98. Also, you can support me through my Teespring store. You can also support me with patreon.com, the $1, $3 tier. Also by listening to the BW Roses Discussions podcast. Help that grow a lot more. And what else did I say? The Teespring, my podcast. Let's see, Venmo at Brian-Warmer-2, Cash App at BW Roses 98. And the Patreon.com with a $1 or $3 tier, and possibly in the near future, $5 tier for Q&A. So if you guys can help me out with that, it'd be greatly appreciated for the time being, at least, whatever you guys can do financially. So until next time, guys, I will talk to you all later. I don't think Super Chats are going to be open because that does deal with monetization, so I don't think that's going to be an option. But live chat hopefully will still be open during the premiere of this updated channel update, if you will, when it comes to, letting you know what's going on with the channel. So I just wanted to let you guys know about it, and until next time, I will talk to you all later. Thank you all for your support, greatly appreciated. Again, go to those outlets. Go to Venmo, Brian-Warmer-2, Cash App at BW Roses 98, my Teespring store, Patreon.com, $1 tier, $3 tier, and possible $5 tier in the near future. Still working on that. As well as at BW Roses Discussions, here, at all your here at all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. So if you guys can help me out in all those locations, Teespring Store, my podcast, Venmo, Cash App, and Patreon, it'd be greatly appreciated, right now, at least for the next month or so, or for the rest of the year. But that's all I really want to say. Thank you all for listening and supporting this channel. Give a thumbs up to the video so it can get out there more. And until next time, guys, I will talk to y'all later.